Our planet's in danger. We've got solutions and we're not sitting on them.
Tonight, the answer to reclaiming our soiled beaches. The shocking truth that lightning doesn't want you to hear. Are you a secret polluter? Well, if the shoe fits, the lumber industry comes up with an evergreen idea, and Brittany takes a spin in her new smart car. The straight poop on these environmental movements and more on Planet Mirth.
I'm Anita Bath. Welcome to Planet Mirth, bringing green to the screen so you can sleep at night. Here now is Hugh Jorgen with our first, but not necessarily our finest report.
Thanks, Anita. If you live on a continent, you're probably surrounded by beaches. But did you know our deserted, dry beaches are about to become wet and wild once again? Well, then join me for pollution, a shore thing. Remember when going to the shore was like a day at the beach? Well, in recent years, they've become deserted coast towns. Nothing but vacant sand and boring, repetitious waves. Interest had ebbed. Even marine life vanished. But according to Toxico Petroleum, for the first time, oil and water do mix to create a chemically denatured world that would make Mother Nature gangrene with envy. But it all begins at home, where most people live.
Hey, this isn't our house.
We found that the average human creates over 2.7 septic slag heaps of non-productive waste per year. That means a family of 5 could fill our formerly Great Lakes in the same time it took the Fallopians to erect the Sphinx.
The Toxico plan? Globally warm over tons of garbage, relabel the waste, and put it back where it came from.
That would be smack dab back in our environment, where everyone can enjoy their own personal landfill.
What was once despised as plague-ridden garbage and E. colified refuse is now lovingly embraced as our future. Even the rare white dove is flourishing amidst the repurposed medical waste and human feces. But is this just Joe Toxico duping the public by redumping toxic waste and oil?
No, the infidels are wrong. We're re-environmentalizing your country's waterways. Our oil spills have created thousands of jobs, and that's just the beginning.
If their new oil slick and slide project is any indication, he may be right. It looks like it's already got the seal of approval. Or does it? Environmentalists have formed a joint committee to rebut the Toxico plan.
We gotta do something to protect the E. coli.
Don't you mean ecology, Senator?
Whatever, man. We acknowledge Toxico's plan to save Mother World, of course, but only a full-blown tard could choke down that crap.
Yes, I'll accept the charges, operator. Vice President Dick Cheney has something to say.
Damn environmentalist hippies, send them all to Iraq. Activists are decrying the cozy relationship between Toxico and the White House by staging protests, like the always effective nude ski-in.
Downhill with corporate greed!
Global warming chaps my ass!
Kill the corporate pigs!
We encourage everyone to get naked and show their support, except chubby chubs and wide rides.
Despite Toxico's prescription for planetary health, every scientist is certain that life on Earth will become extinct. But in Toxico's words, at least we're doing something, and everyone is pitching in. In fact, they say it's already bearing dramatic results. The beaches are once again teeming with fish, basking in the sun. So grab a cool refreshment, a beach ball, and dive in. The gray water's just fine. But hey, Toxico's eco-altruism doesn't end at the shoreline.
We're just getting started here at Toxico by teaching future generations that sometimes less is more when it comes to cleaning the environment. Each year, thousands of needy children are sent to oil camp. And we ain't just drilling for oil, we're drilling for fun. Attention campers, we've got a gutcher! Report to the play pit! At oil camp, our day starts at 10W30, where kids learn motor skills, team building, and viscosity awareness. And parents, if you're worried about impurities, don't. We change the oil every 3,000 kids.
And oil camp isn't just for kids. Dads love tapping the bunghole on the oil barrel. I'll bet you're having so much fun you forgot to rape the environment.
Well, I say you forgot to rape the environment.
Hey, we all forgot now.
And be sure to try your luck at their brand new casino. And Mom, now you can be pampered and lubed at one of their famous Texas tea parties. Uh-oh, looks like these gals have been suspended for having too much fun.
I got a wedgie!
Thanks for doing your part, Toxico. Who wants those boring deserted beaches when you can have this? Sun, sand, and sewage bringing people together. I'm getting my suit on. Back to you in the studio, Anita. Marco!
Thanks, Hugh. Now that the beaches are taken care of, what about solving our energy crisis? Let's go to Cliniqua right now. How many of us hear lightning tremble and soil our sheets in fear? And now my story, lightning, it's revolting. Electrostatic discharge is measured using assorted knobs and buttons. Everyone knows lightning was invented by Ben Franklin, our first transvestite president. Fact, he or she found that lightning equals approximately 1.5 gigawatts of energy. But what if we can convert that full load into real electricity? Researchers at Circuit City College have found a way to squeezify the lightning into this complicated science can using nothing but a long safety stick. Our news van ran down scientist Doyle Tesla.
The wired electricity is converted into domesticated electricity. How it works exactly, I haven't the foggiest notion.
This new breed of artificial greenergy will somewhat lessen our selfish and sun-draining dependence on ozone-depleting solar energy. Nearly millions of dollars have been spent in hopes that this new electricity will do more than just power this household chicken shaper. For Planet Mirth, I'm Cliniqua de la... Cliniqua de la Familia. Thank you. Once again, Hugh with another one of his self-important stories. Hugh, go.
Feet. They're everywhere you look. We all have them. But have you thought about the harmful footprints you're leaving behind? Hi, once again, I'm Hugh Jorgen, back with you. When's the last time you sized up your carbon footprints? I think it's about time for a little soul searching. We've done a little research and found out there's an awful lot of talk about energy use and our personal carbon footprints that every civilized human leaves behind. Of course, it all started simply with carbon dating.
Get in my Hummer!
No!
Get in my Hummer!
No!
Get in my Hummer!
It's not a gas guzzler.
Of course, carbon dating led to carbon copies. In the thousands of years since, not much has changed until now.
I'm a bottom.
Gore-Tex Industries has come up with a new shoe rubber made from recycled prophylactics found in the Minneapolis airport men's room. The raw, soiled condoms are brought up to room temperature, smelted, and then delted in this chum bucket. Who would have thought it was possible to go from contraception to conservation with everyday, ordinary, reclaimed prophylactic rubber? And now, here's the satisfying climax. Now, a carbon footprint really isn't just about shoes. It's also about the energy we consume, which leaves a much bigger skid mark than any of us want to admit. So if you stroll or dance, use your feet and your head. Thanks to the people at Gore-Tex, you can now walk light in your loafers.
Yet another reason to ban shoes. Thank you, Hugh. And now another frightening story that should scare us to bits. Let me ask you, but don't answer. If Hugh Jorgen falls in the forest, will anyone hear? Let's find out.
Well, you're probably wondering why I'm squatting on a big rock, Indian style. I'm sitting to take a stand for trees, or what's left of them. Look away. Shield your eyes. Our forests are being destroyed 1 inch at a time per square meter. Why? There are no clear-cut answers, but let me try. Trees provide the wood used in such essentials as toothpicks, axe handles, and chair rail moldings. The insatiable need for these items has wreaked havoc on nature.